Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we will study the topic HRD in defense and police systems of our country. So let's start with the video lecture. So the concept of HRD generally emphasizes on the need to create the positive and the healthy climate in the organization so that the employees will be enabled to increase their work motivation, initiative, and a commitment in the organization. So such a concept of HRD is especially more important in relation to the defense services and the police services. So the public systems such as the police and the local administrations has been especially affected by the high degree of the social services, which has kept the country during the last swept the country during the last decade. So since there have been a high degree of unpredictability in the events which may call for an action on the part of a defense services, which will have to kept to be the flexible and respond quickly and effectively to the changing environment and develop the personal and the organizational capability, devise a method to anticipate and so that the changes can be so that the persons can cope up with the changes. So in effect, the public systems are called upon to play a more important and the proactive and the risk taking role in the country. So HRD in the defense services. So defense, as we all know, is the most strategic of all the sectors in the country. So it represents the largest and most differentiated and geographically dispersed sectors of the country. And efficient coordination of the defense services for the common purpose of maintaining the security and integrity of the country can only be brought about when the appropriate skill, attitudes, and the behaviors are inculcated among the people. Since there is a high degree of unpredictability in the events which may call for an action on the part of a defense services, so people must have to kept physically, mentally, and morally prepared at all the times. So preparing the people involves developing the strategies, tactics, and training the officers with the latest technology of warfare, devising them for the better methods for motivating them to ensure their commitment to the objectives of the organization. So for this purpose, the Institute of Defense Management was formed. So Institute of Defense Management, that is known as IDM, which was started in Sikandrabad in the December 1970, has augmented the process for the development of officers in the defense services. Its main aim is to prepare the officers to meet the emerging personnel and technological need of defense services and thereby enhance the potential preparedness of services. So here the all the three forces, that is the army, navy, and air forces officers are trained. So the objectives of Indian Institute of Defense Management is that creating the self awareness through the introspection and retrospection and also through the self study and improve their knowledge of individual differences relating to the affective side of personality like value, attitudes, motives, as well as the cognitive side of the personality like reasoning ability, judgment, conceptualization, and problem solving. This also improves their understanding of a process of communication, especially in transactional nature involved in personal and organizational communication. It also improves their decision making ability by developing the emotional maturity and tolerance for ambiguity and empathy. It also improves their skill for making the better use of human resources for increasing the organizational effectiveness. Now the next is the significance of HRD in defense services. So HRD is in the armed forces is extremely vital issue because its strength has been on its shoulders. Uh, 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 s- uh, so the human resource development is basically an essential command function in the context. It is an important that the soldiers of the tomorrow has to be the innovator who can combine the knowledge with the action. So important characteristics of the future soldiers are that they are must be have the quick decision making capability and adaptability, capacity to handle the high stress level, high technical competence. They must have the better administrative skills and higher standard of junior leadership. Next is HRD in police services. Like the defense services, the police services are strategic importance in the country. So, they are necessary to protect the country from the internal threat and also to maintain the conditions of law and order without no other organization or individual would be able to function. So like the defense services, however, the police services in the country has suffered the considerable neglect, and this is especially with regards to the human resource development. So the police means the civil forces responsible for the preparation and detection of crime and so police means the civil forces responsible for the prevention and detection of the crime and the maintenance of the public order. So police in any country are strategic as they have to deal with the day to day law and order problems and have a direct contact with the people and society at a large. So they have to be physically, mentally and emotionally active, just like the army personnel are, and they need to be trained and developed on a constant basis. So for that purpose, the Indian police system was conceived in the early 1861, which was remodeled in 1902. So over the years, the social commissions were instituted to examine the problems affecting the police services. Next is problems with the Indian police services. So for the institution which was framed in 1861, which goes with the lot of modifications, uh, which goes with a lot of modifications, and so the suboptimal staffing compounded by the poor selection and training processes. So this also include the inability of members to remain in a sync with the technology. So there is problems may include politicization, corruption, criminalization of the law enforcement services, lack of internal check and balances, complete absence of sensitization to the women's right and children's right above all human rights, and crisis in leadership and command. So study of the police administration recently revealed that while there are some strength like loyalty, dedication, job security, and aspirate de corp in the police services will help to improve upon these problems. So the next topic is suggestions to improve the police administration. There are a lot of suggestions which may be given by the government and also by the various other systems, committees, and NGOs to improve the system of police or the police administration in the country. Some of these suggestions are that is restructuring of the salary and benefits of police personnel, introducing the modern methods of recruitment and training. That is, recruitment method must be based on the manpower planning and forecast, and improved performance appraisal system. There must be a better control and communication within the administration, and improving the interpersonal relations among the police personnel. And induction and training program should be the better orient the policemen to the demand and the changing needs of the society and technology. And there must be a proper career management, and there must also be a uniform promotion policy which will be based on the more objective appraisal system, and policies and systems for individual and the collective grievances handling, and a comprehensive welfare policy must be implemented by the government. Next is why there is a need of HRD in police administration. So there is a need because of this following things must be needed. That is, there must be a separate HRD department in the police administration, and a management graduate and the psychologist must assist the unit officers with an actual personal management affairs. There must be a proper selection, staffing, and posting of personnel. So it functions between the army and the civil administration. That thus it needs to maintain a proper balance between the two aspects. There must be a proper job rotation and enrichment, which must be adopted to make the job more and more interesting and attractive. And remedial measures for the grievances of supervisors and the subordinates must be taken. And succession planning becomes the possible only with the help of HRD. So this is all about the HRD in the defense and police services. Thank you.